Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. If you're demanding Second Amendment news, you want to know what's coming down the pike, whether it's an infringement or good news, this is where you're going to find it. So please hit that subscribe button so that you can be in the know. Hit that thumbs up, that helps the videos be seen by more of us. Hit that bell icon so that you're notified when I do put out new content, and share it with your friends. I know it sounds like a lot, but those 4 things take seconds, and it helps to fight for the Second Amendment. So if you could do that, that'd be great. Before we get into today's craziness, I want to welcome a new sponsor to the channel, Gun Pro Deals. They fantastic place. If you're not familiar with them, check them. You're going to find fantastic deals on everything that we like. Obviously, got to talk a little bit in generalities here for the YouTube algorithm, but check out Gun Pro Deals. It's probably going to be one of your new favorite websites. So let's get into the news out of California this last week. The San Francisco Chronicle did something pretty slimy. What they did was they submitted freedom of information requests to a couple different counties, to the sheriffs there, and specifically were asking for all kinds of identifying information of concealed carry permit holders. Now that request came out in January 10th is when they actually submitted it. And the reporter who submitted it, his name is Joaquin Palomino, Palomino. So this reporter sent these freedom of information requests to the sheriffs of Butte County and to Sutter County, or Sutter County. And he was looking for all kinds of information, personal information, about the individuals in those counties who had licenses to carry or carry permits in California. Now, while this reporter wouldn't say what they plan on doing with that, nor has the newspaper addressed that, Sheriff Brandon Barnes out of Sutter or Sutter County did something that is quite admirable. He sent a letter, and I'll put that letter here on the screen. He sent this letter to every single concealed carry permit holder in his county. You can see it says here, on January 10th, 2020, the County of Sutter received a Public Records Act request for information about CCW permit applications and permit holders from the San Francisco Chronicle. The Office of County Counsel reviewed the request and has advised me of my legal obligations pursuant to California law. I personally declined to provide much of the information requested. However, I am required to provide the following information: permit number, name of permit holder, date of issue, and date of expiration. In the event I receive a request for further information, I will notify you as soon as possible. The San Francisco Chronicle has not indicated why they want the information or how they intend to use the information. As always, I'm committed to protecting the rights of our citizens and those rights afforded to us by our Second Amendment. So, hey, first off, Sheriff Barnes, attaboy, you're doing what you should be doing, but let's put the attention where it needs to be, and that's on the San Francisco Chronicle. Very liberal rag paper. They are, maybe they're not a rag paper, but very liberal indeed. Why would they want this information? Now, you might remember a few years ago when the New York SAFE Act went into play. There was actually an app or a website you could go on to, and they published the names and addresses of every single concealed carry permit holder in the state of New York. Eventually, the backlash nationwide that erupted from that, they took that down. However, that information was out there, and it puts us, those of us who have permits in states that they've requested this stuff, it puts us at risk. Let's be real. Like, all these anti-gunners, you've seen how great and well-respected they are when they go to rallies and smash stuff and burn stuff and hit old people who are innocent. They're really, really respectable people. Now they have all these addresses. Why should we believe that they won't use that information for bad? But it also shines a light on the Second Amendment and why it's there. It's so that we can defend ourselves. Hopefully, cooler heads prevail in all this. However, the newspaper did not like the fact that the sheriff notified all of his constituents that the paper was looking for their information. Now, since then, it's kind of blown up. The San Francisco Chronicle editor-in-chief, her name is Audrey Cooper. She told CBS Channel 13 out there in California the following: I am deeply disturbed by how some sheriffs have handled a routine request for public information from a respected and established news outlet. I can't even say that without laughing. Let's try that again. From a respected and established news outlet. Yeah, okay. As a result, they have put our journalists in personal danger for their own political gain. So the sheriff ratted out the fact that they were trying to get the information in a backdoor way. And told everybody about it, but that's putting the reporter at risk. But the reporter getting all these names, and what are they going to do with it? They're obviously going to release it or use it to their advantage. That wouldn't put anybody at risk, right? It's okay to put us at risk for their end game. But for us to know and be on the same level playing field, that's scary for them. Cowards. Now, Cooper, the editor-in-chief, has claimed that Palomino, the reporter, Joaquin, has received death threats because of this. As a result, she has taken his name off of all the public information requests, and she's put her name on there because apparently she is more manly than he. I guess he's too afraid. She also said this, it is a journalist's job to investigate trends, and we do not intend on publishing personal information of private citizens. Really? Then what are you asking for it for? She continues, unfortunately, the sheriff sought to play up distrust in the media when it became clear that they cannot deny access to the public information. No, he called you out for what you are, and you can't handle it because now the people know. Let's be honest. It didn't stop there. Even Assemblyman James Gallagher got involved on his Facebook, and I'll show screenshots here. He said, CCW permit holders in Butte and Sutter counties, I am aware of the request from the San Francisco Chronicle investigative reporter to access your personal information. I trust that Sheriff Barnes and Sheriff Honia are handling this request with great respect to permit holders and our Second Amendment rights. I am looking into what can be done to exempt CCW information from disclosure. Apparently, the reporter is telling folks that he won't disclose names. Not sure I trust them on this. I've heard other counties may have received similar requests from the reporter. We'll keep you posted on what I hear and what can be done. James. So, hey man, there is somebody who was elected to represent his area in California, and it sounds like he's doing a good job, at least on this. I don't know anything about him, so if you live in California and you're going to comment that the guy is not good, hey, I don't live there, I don't know, but this is stand up because nobody else did it. And then after the editor-in-chief said what she had to say about the sheriff and how them being, I can't even say it, an established reputable news source, he also took to Facebook again and put this up. I was truly astounded by the statement from the editor-in-chief of the San Francisco Chronicle in which she insinuated that our sheriffs were to blame for playing up mistrust in the public. First of all, it was their request that asked for personal information of CCW holders in our counties. If they wanted to make a more generic request of CCW stats, they could have done so. Instead, the reporter chose to ask for personal information of law-abiding gun owners. Our sheriffs simply notified the public that their newspaper was asking for personal information of citizens. Transparency is a two-way street. People also have a right to know who is asking for their private information and to what end. Most important to address is her statement that somehow our sheriffs put the reporter's life in jeopardy. This is patently false and ridiculous. It insinuates this absolutely false narrative that law-abiding gun owners are scary people and constitute a threat to civil life. I know that all of the shootings in the communities I represent have been carried out by known gang members, felons, or persons not legally allowed to possess a firearm. Absolutely zero of the incidents involved law-abiding citizens with the CCW. So quite frankly, the San Francisco Chronicle is barking up the wrong tree. I applaud the Chronicle for revising their request to accommodate the legitimate privacy interests of our citizens. But they could do more by getting back to objective reporting based on facts. Don't blame our sheriffs for doing their job. Assemblyman James Gallagher. Well done. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not only the second time this has happened. New York tried it. There was a request years back in Massachusetts to try to do it. They got blocked. California just did it through the San Francisco Chronicle. This is something that I'm willing to bet happens more often than we know, and I'm glad that the sheriff did what he did to let people know, because if he decided not to do it, he didn't want to get any flack, then this would have gone through and people's names absolutely would have been published, which would have put you and your kids and your wives and your family at risk. So bravo to the sheriff, bravo to the assemblyman. If I hear anything else comes of this request, you will find it right here on Guns and Gadgets. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is where you're going to find that news, probably faster than anywhere else. Till we see each other again, I'm your humble host, Jared. Be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a weapon. Have a fantastic day, everybody.